Hello everyone, and welcome back to the Iraqi Dinar Hub channel. If you're holding on to your Iraqi Dinar and anticipating the big moment, this is the video you absolutely need to watch. Rumors are intensifying, excitement is peaking, and many of you are asking critical questions about how U.S. banks, especially Chase Bank, may handle the exchange if a revaluation really does occur. 2025. Will there be restrictions on how much you can exchange each day? Could there be a $10,000 0 cents daily cap? And what about withdrawing that money in cash? We're breaking it all down: what's possible, what banks might do, and how you can stay ready for what could be Iraq's most significant economic moment. Stay tuned. What you learn today could determine how and when you access your funds. Setting the tone for 2025, talk of an Iraqi dinar revaluation is louder and more intense than ever. From social media chats to private financial circles, and even whispers among banking professionals, anticipation is building. If the Iraqi government authorizes a new, higher exchange rate, this could become a life-changing opportunity for those holding IQD. But with any major shift in currency, governments and banks often impose strict guidelines to ensure order. One key question that's trending: will Chase Bank and other top-tier institutions impose daily limits on how much IQD you can exchange? And what does that mean for ordinary currency holders? It's time to clear the fog and examine what these rules might actually look like if an RV unfolds. Let's first explore why banks might decide to introduce daily exchange caps following a revaluation. When a national currency sees a massive value adjustment, as might be the case with the dinar, there's usually a surge in people rushing to convert their holdings. To avoid overwhelming the banking infrastructure, financial institutions may impose daily caps like the rumored $10,000 maximum. This allows transactions to be processed gradually, protects bank liquidity, and ensures fraud prevention systems remain intact. Think of it like crowd management at a major event. Everyone will be served, but it needs to be orderly and fair. It's not about restriction, it's about responsible, phased processing. Chase Bank, one of the largest UBS banking institutions, would almost certainly play a pivotal role if the IQD revaluation is confirmed. Although nothing has been officially announced, it's expected that Chase would implement a structured rollout of exchange procedures. These procedures may vary depending on the client's account type, banking history, and tier of service. For instance, a basic checking account user may face stricter daily limits, perhaps $10,000 per day, while private banking clients could access larger transactions or priority booking. Regardless of your customer level, Chase is likely to demand regulatory compliance and follow strict KYC rules during all exchanges. So, what does a $10,000 cents daily limit actually mean in real-life terms? Suppose you're holding $100,000 0 cents worth of revalued dinar. Under this cap, you'd be allowed to convert $10,000 0 cents per day, meaning it would take 10 days to complete your exchange. That's assuming no hiccups, delays, or system backlogs. Also, depending on demand, some Chase branches might require appointments, and the wait time could stretch. But this system isn't meant to frustrate you. It's designed to ensure that each client receives fair, efficient service without risking a financial bottleneck. It also buys you time to think through how you'll manage your new wealth. Another essential component likely to be part of Chase's exchange process is documentation. Don't expect to simply walk in, hand over your dinar, and walk out with US dollars. Banks will almost certainly request proof of legitimate purchase, such as original receipts, invoices, or certificates of authenticity. You'll also need personal ID and possibly tax forms, as the bank will need to report your exchange activity to the IRS. These procedures are meant to safeguard against money laundering and fraud. So now is the time to gather and organize your paperwork, because once the green light is given, you'll want to be fully prepared. Chase is also expected to introduce the exchange process in phases rather than all at once. In the initial rollout, high-tier clients with private banking or long-term relationships may get first access to appointments and services. This allows the bank to gauge demand and make adjustments before opening to all customers. Once that first wave is managed, the doors may open to standard account holders and later walk-in clients. This tiered model has been used in past currency transitions and is known to reduce stress on both clients and staff. Don't worry if you're not first in line, your time will come, and being patient could pay off. Now let's address what happens after you've successfully exchanged your IQD for UWS dollars. Even then, there may be limits on how much cash you can physically withdraw from the bank in one day. This is common in US banking, especially during peak financial events. A typical Chase branch may only allow you to withdraw $5, 000, or maybe $10, 000 in cash per day, even if your account holds significantly more. The rest of your funds would still be accessible via wire transfers, debit, or other digital channels. Planning ahead and talking to a banker about how to move your money will help avoid any disruptions. So, is all of this still speculation? Yes and no. While no official announcement has been made by Iraq or Chase Bank regarding the RV, financial experts who studied similar currency revaluations believe the framework being discussed is very plausible. Historical events like the Kuwaiti dinar reset in the 1990 ex-have taught us that these situations require intense structure. That's why experienced analysts can offer useful insight even before formal policies are rolled out. The best approach is to prepare for high likelihood scenarios, stay informed, and avoid being caught off guard if things move quickly. Trusted voices in the IQD community, including analysts like Frank26, have consistently warned investors to expect strict limitations when the time comes. According to Frank, things like daily caps and cash withdrawal ceilings are not just rumors, they're logical tools banks use to prevent chaos. He believes these constraints will be short-term but necessary to keep the process moving efficiently. His guidance always emphasizes preparedness, organizing your documents, staying calm, and developing a plan before the rush begins. Whether or not you agree with his timeline, the structure he outlines fits the patterns we've seen in real-world currency shifts. The revaluation of the Iraqi dinar wouldn't only benefit those holding IQD, it would signal a larger transformation within Iraq's financial system. In recent years, Iraq has made real progress in strengthening its monetary policy. From building foreign reserves to cracking down on illicit transactions and fostering international banking alliances, Iraq is laying the foundation for a more stable economy. If a revaluation follows, it could attract significant foreign investment, boost national trade, and provide real economic growth for Iraqi citizens. This isn't just a story about profit, it's a story about national restoration and potential. Let's wrap up with a few smart action steps. First, make sure you've got an active account with a major US bank such as Chase, Wells Fargo, or Bank of America. Next, compile all your dinar-related documentation receipts, order confirmations, and authenticity records. If you haven't already, start developing a relationship with your local banker so that when the time comes, you're not just another face in the crowd. And finally, build a game plan, whether it's paying off debt, investing, or setting up a trust. Planning ahead will help you act calmly and wisely once the moment arrives. With all the chatter surrounding the RV, false information is becoming a real concern. Social media is flooded with claims that have little to no factual support. Stick to reliable platforms like this one where we prioritize facts, banking behavior, and realistic strategies. Be wary of people promising secret rates or backdoor exchange access. If it sounds too good to be true, it probably is. Trust only what can be verified, and never let fear or greed override good judgment. The more grounded your approach, the better your results will be when it counts most. .to close out today's episode. Let's remember, this preparation is always better than panic. Chase Bank and other major institutions will likely move quickly but systematically once the revaluation becomes official. What sounds like a $10,000 cap per day isn't a setback, it's a way to protect your wealth and allow the system to function under pressure. Stay updated, stay grounded, and above all, stay ready. We'll continue providing updates as the story develops. Thanks for watching Iraqi Dinar Hub, and don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for future updates that matter to you as an IQD investor.